Even if you don't want to do it, then you die. It's a do or die thing. So which is why I say that, you don't have a choice. If you want to grow, this is the only way.
So that's why they have to take a total loss in terms of the product. If I'm not mistaken, it's about $5 billion
Wow.
loss. Can you imagine any company that can sustain a $5 billion loss?
Can he sustain this kind of lifestyle?
Correct.
How much money he does really have? So that is another thing. Hey guys, welcome back to Yes Academy podcast. And with me, Mr. Phang
and Leo.
Yes. Yeah. We got a great session last time, and I'm so excited for this one. In fact, I'm actually quite confused. How are we going to do this new product in a new market, especially from the perspective of a network marketer? This is something that I'm super excited, and I really want to hear more from you.
If you ask me also. All right, now before we go into the Q4, which is we talk about the new market, new product, let's rewind a bit in terms of Q3.
Yes.
Q3 is in terms of existing product, new market. And the key strategy is there's only one.
Recruitment.
Recruitment, yes, recruitment. And this is something that all network marketing companies will need to do.
Yes.
And all network marketers will also need to do.
Yes.
Because if they want to expand their business, they cannot be only dependent on their existing customers. They will definitely need to expand into new market. Whether it's a country, whether it's a group, whether it's a region, it doesn't matter, but they still need to continuously do recruitment. Now, today, yes, your very interesting question about how does it relate to network marketing? Right, it is on two fronts. Okay, on two fronts. Number one is in terms of the company. Number two is in terms of the network marketers. So, company and network marketer, you have to work very closely when you want to make this quadrant successful. Right? Now, when you talk about risk, this quadrant has the highest risk. Because you are not certain whether the new product that you are going to come out, the new market can accept. Because you are going to totally develop a new product for this new market alone. It's not with any other market. So yes, the risk is very high, and the return, not very certain. You may see return, or you may not see any return. So very, very uncertain. So in this quadrant, I would say two words. Number one, risky. Number two, uncertain. So whether companies can actually stomach the risk and the uncertainty.
Yes.
What do you think?
I would say that, no risk, no reward.
No risk, no reward?
Yeah.
Wow, very optimistic.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if everyone is doing the same thing, because at the end of the day, in the market, people see that you're winning in certain thing, and then everyone will be copying. In the end, nobody is winning. Okay. It's always like that. So in other words, I see innovation as a must. There is no substitute. We must do it, or unless you want to just, even if you don't want to do it, then you die. It's a do or die thing. So which is why I say that, you don't have a choice. If you want to grow, this is the only way.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what it means is this. Now, when it comes to strategy, it is basically a combination of quadrant 2 and quadrant 3.
Yes.
What it means is this: you need to come up with a new product. So that means it's a new product development. You need to develop new product. At the same time, you also need to recruit new members.
Yes.
So the resources will be doubled.
Yes.
Right? Let me give you an example. Now, there are this company. I was actually involved in photographing this event, right, where they actually launched a new product. And this new product is targeted towards the alpha generation. The alpha generation, the youngest of the youngest generation. They don't have this product before. So basically what they did was that they created this product for the alpha generation, children. And of course, for them, it's quadrant 4. Because it's a new product and they don't have any products that are targeted towards the alpha generation as of this moment. So basically, it's a new market.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is why this is the example of in terms of Q4. new product towards a new target market. Okay, that is one example. Now, another example which Nvidia. Okay, Nvidia. I believe I've shared this in one of the previous episode before.
Yes.
Now, for China market, because of the restrictions that Nvidia was facing from the US government, so they created a chip specifically for the Chinese market.
It didn't go well.
Oh, it didn't go well. Well, simply because China said we are not going to buy.
Yes.
Because it's a few generations behind.
Yeah.
So we are not going to buy. So basically what happened was that Nvidia had to take a total loss.
Yes.
In terms of the product, because they cannot sell it in any other market. They can only sell it to China. So that's why they had to take a total loss in terms of the product. If I'm not mistaken, it's about $5 billion
Wow.
loss. Can you imagine any company that can sustain a $5 billion loss?
Well, they are now $1 trillion company, so what is 1 billion?
Yeah, but just imagine taking a $5 billion total write-off of your business, your product. So that's the kind of risk that you need to face. Okay? So basically, for Q4, I would recommend companies, right, to actually think carefully before they go in. Because the moment you pump in the resources, right, you may not see a return so soon.
Yes, it is a truth. Because you need time to do conversion as well which is why I would say that even for the 7 Coffee and 7 Tea, it's more like a new product, new market. Because at the end of the day, we do not have a consumer for our coffee and tea yet, because the product is not as distinct. And
Correct.
right now, we're targeting the most general product. When it's general product, it means it's a Red Sea, because everyone is doing it. But you have to be differentiating. And what are the odds that people try to replicate you?
Right.
Very high as well. Then again, this is where we won as well, because the acceptance is there. So you just have to do a little bit different, then people will notice you.
Yeah, true.
So which is why when we do about this quadrant, I would say that it all comes back to the 5 Ps as well, okay, of course, and then very, very strong acumen, and of course take time to actually do research and then trial and error. And this is where I believe that it consumes the most resources as well. I would say that it consumes nothing less than $100,000 just to do this R&D. If you calculate all the costs as well.
Sometimes you can go even beyond that.
Oh yeah.
Beyond that, you are not only talking about the money part. You need to talk about the manpower, right, and also the time that is spent to develop the new product.
Yes. So this is a lot of communication as well, and then also who you ask is also important as well. So I think overall, we are quite confident because it's a very calculated thing.
Yes, correct. Yeah. And also later when we come back from the break, we will see what we can actually do to help to reduce the uncertainty and the risk in this quadrant. Yeah, to help our companies and to see what actually network marketers can actually do in terms of this quadrant. It's not that you can't do anything, but it has to come with the cooperation between the company and the network marketers.
Yes. Guys, be right back. And welcome back.
Yeah, and we have been talking about Q4.
The Pandora box.
Yes, the Pandora. Once you open this box, I'm not sure if companies, what will happen.
Yeah.
Right, as I mentioned, 2 keywords in this quadrant is basically risk and uncertainty. Now, how can we reduce the risk? How can we reduce the uncertainty? That's why the collaboration between company and network marketers, they are very important.
Yes.
Because once they are able to collaborate, they may develop something that is specifically for that market. So let me give you an example. Now, if we want to develop, if we find potential in that market, for example, you are talking about Russia, right? For example, one of your biggest market is Russia. Now, if you feel that Russia, there is something that you can develop just for the Russian market, if there is enough if the market is big enough, they can absorb your cost of R&D and at the same time make you some money, then I think it is worth doing. Am I right?
You can say so. You can say so. Yeah. But to identify that particular thing, well, it's just like, for example, you want to produce one specific product for Africa, also takes some, yeah.
That's the point. So basically, it doesn't mean that it cannot be done, but it will take some time for it to be done.
Yes.
And I believe that your network marketers will have feedback to you. Hey, we need this product. We need this product. I believe they will have feedback to you. But the question is that whether the company can develop that product, because if they develop that product, it could be only meant for that market. You can't sell in the other market because nobody knows about that product.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. Okay, you actually got me. I haven't really thought about country specific. Yeah, I can think from a broader perspective, like what the.
Let me give you an example. Let's say nasi lemak. I mean, it's a very simple example. Now, let's say you develop something for the Malaysian market, I think Malaysian market can accept because we know what nasi lemak is. But if you try to sell nasi lemak in Russia or in Africa,
no, it wouldn't work. Trust me. Africa, it will work. I'm very sure.
Because they have something similar, right?
Yes, and they actually like the taste there. I'm very sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you do nasi lemak in Russia, that's asking for trouble. It's not possible.
Because they don't know what nasi lemak is.
No, let's just talk about the fundamental thing. They cannot take spicy. They cannot. Yeah. They are spicy. What they define as spicy is like a herbal soup for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very, very different.
Yes.
So that is why one of the things that any companies will need to do before they even start to introduce any product or R&D any product is to conduct market research first.
Yes.
This is something fundamental for every company. Please do market research. What would be suitable? What are the raw ingredients that will go into it? And those are the things that you need to in order to create the right product for just that market alone.
Yes, you're right. And in fact, I would say that research is very important because it will enable you not to make any mistakes, and then you should not rush anything as well.
Yes, you can't. Even if you have conducted the very complete research, it can still fail.
Nobody knows.
Now, let me give an example on the failure. Those days, I remember, I'm not sure whether you remember or not, Coke came up with a different flavor. They call it the new Coke. They have the classic Coke, and then they came up with a new Coke.
To fight the Pepsi, right?
Something like that. So what happened was that before they even launched that product, they did a product testing. They did a product testing, and the responses from that product testing was actually very good. So in fact, it was so good that they were very confident this new product, the new Coke, will become a successful product. But what happened when they launched the new product, they suddenly realized something, that people were very angry why they launched a product that is totally different from the old Coke. So then after that, what happened was that they decided to bring back the old Coke and they call it the Coke Classic. Then they have the new Coke and then they have the Coke Classic. Then after that, what happened was that because the new Coke was a failure and people don't want to drink the new Coke, that's why they have to slowly and quietly drop the new Coke. And the old Coke still called the Coke Classic, and then after that, because they only maintained the old Coke alone, so that's why they decided to drop the classic word. Now it becomes the Coke.
Yes. I still remember, I think that was the time where Pepsi and Coca-Cola was having a serious rivalry.
And the Cola War, we call it.
Yes, and then Pepsi was actually gaining market share bit by bit, and the Pepsi is actually on the sweeter side, so which is why Coke did something like this. Yeah, and then eventually, I think, of course, we all know who is the winner.
Yeah, so that was why Coke decided to bring back the classic Coke. And this is like a good example of you are going for Q4, and you had it.
Yeah. Example of a failure.
Yeah, example of failure. But of course, I believe there are successes also, where companies will go for a different market, and because of that, they are successful.
Oh, I can talk about Nokia.
Oh, please.
Well, Nokia actually went into, because Nokia is known as the phone company back in our days, okay?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, but today they are a cybersecurity company as well. So it's a totally different market. And somehow I think they pivoted, right? And they are big players right now in the cybersecurity.
Yes, not only cybersecurity, they are also very big in terms of 5G.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, they are one of the, in the world, there are 3 5G companies, a couple of 5G companies. Of course, we know China, Huawei, ZTE from China, but over on the European side, it's Ericsson and also Nokia.
Wow, Sony Ericsson.
Yes, Ericsson and Nokia. These are the 2 companies. Those days, they were very good in terms of their phones, but after that, they decided to exit the phone business, and that's why they focus on telecommunication, in the equipment in general. So in terms of 5G, yes, they are the 2 companies from Europe.
Wow, I'm surprised.
So that there are certain examples where companies moving into a different market with a different product. So they are because why they want to do that is simply because they feel that their current market is kind of saturated, or they want to move out from the current market and do something that is very different. But of course, with the risk and uncertainty, yes, they must be able to stomach it.
Well, no risk, no reward.
No risk, no reward. Yep,
and if
correct.
you don't risk it, you die also.
Right, true.
Yeah.
And that is why in terms of network marketing also, as a network marketer, I would strongly urge the network marketer to feedback to the company in terms of what they actually need. So that companies can actually customize, if they can, to customize to the different region, especially for those who are doing international business, because every country is very different.
Yes.
And if they can actually customize in terms of the services, in terms of the product, if they can, right, very customized to the different market, that would be even better.
Yeah. It's true. We actually think about it, and which is the reason why, if it comes to the market research, what we do is actually we observe the success pattern of another company. And not only we observe the success pattern, we also find the particular key opinion leaders, or also the key movers of that particular companies, okay? And then we collab with them. That is, in my opinion, the least, I would say, risky method. Because at the end of the day, you need to first have the market, then only you can talk about a product, because you don't want to create a product that has no market.
Correct.
So you have to first solve who is finding problem in their current product and market, okay? And then if you solve that particular problem, like for example, they are selling this particular product for some time and they see that things are not moving up, okay? And then you come in and say, hey, you know what? I can solve your problem here. All I have to do is change your brand. So I think in this kind of sense, it becomes much easier, which is the reason why even in Yes Global, we don't actually see much competitors in the market right now, because not many people actually focus on the products. They actually think about, let me just do some junk, put some sugar, okay, sell it high so everyone has a commission, and then that's it. Yeah. So this is what the modus operandi of many Malaysian companies are. Okay, and that's why there's so many companies out there. But when you pivot to do a good product, and this is where it becomes a blue sea strategy, because why? Not many companies do that. Not even many pharmacy companies maintain high stringent quality control. So which is why we believe we are here to stand, and we are here to observe, okay, meticulously, and we want to go slowly tap into more market share, and we believe that we are on the right track.
And talking about that also, when you talk about Q4 also, I believe right now a lot of MLM companies, they are not only offering in terms of the health products, right? They are also moving into some other things. For example, like water filtration, some other things that has, it is kind of related to health, but not actually the health product itself, right? Something that can actually make you be more healthy. Like for example, exercise equipment or something like that, just to it's health related, but not actually supplement. So basically, is that they are creating or coming up with products that are unrelated to supplements, but at the same time, it's related to health. So targeting a different market, and with a different product.
Yes. I would say that also company time to time also have to focus on their own personal strength as well, because it's not impossible to learn everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like for example, we are manufacturers, okay, but we're not manufacturers of everything. It's not possible. So which is why we won't really focus on things like, for example, water filter will be electronics already. So there will be another hill to climb, I would say. So we won't really focus on things, because at the end of the day, can we actually get someone to do it? Yes. But then again, is this something that we have absolute control over? No. And things can go wrong, things can really go wrong. So which is why as companies, we will stay away from obvious things that I won't say we can't do it, but I would say that unless we are Apple with 100 billion cash reserve, not sure what to do, then of course this is the way to pivot. But then again, we are still growing, so we have to focus on where we are good at.
Very true. And that is why I always tell companies, right, always know your capability.
Yeah.
What you're capable of, what you're not capable of. Work on what you're capable of first. Then, if you really need to acquire the one that you're not capable of, you need to acquire. Then that's where you feel that you need to expand. Then you expand.
Yeah.
But at your level.
Yeah.
At your comfort level that you are comfortable with, then only you expand to that. So other than that, because if not, then it's going to eat a lot of your resources away.
Yes.
And that's not something that you want.
Yeah. All in all, I'll use the word. I mean, of course, you have to be be ambitious, but at the same time, play within your means.
Yeah, and yeah, very true. Because if you expand too fast, without having a solid foundation, that's asking for trouble.
Yeah, and which is why fundamentally, I would say that the superpower for any kind of business owners, okay, is always maintain your lifestyle at the modestly. I won't use the word bare minimum. That's not the right way to live a life, I would say. But to be modest, to be down to earth, will give you the superpower, because a lot of times, especially for business owners, okay, especially with those who have made serious money before, once they made serious money, they put their level of expenditure, their money expenditures to a level where they have to really continuously find ways to make a lot of money. And truth to be told, making not a lot of money is the norm. It's like all the women wants the top 1% men, but how many top 1% men is there in the supply of the market? Come on. They want a man who is handsome, that has a lot of money, okay, and then, come on, and only loyal to them. Only scammers do that. I mean, not to say that are not men who do that, but it's very rare you can find these three qualities in one person. So which is why I always tell people that when you choose a company that you want to work with, choose a founder that has absolutely the zero downside. He has no problems with all these kind of overspending, and that is why they are able to sustain and stand through tests of time. And this is very, very important, because I've seen so many people, especially in crypto space, okay, or MLM especially as well. They will be so flamboyant, and they have all kinds of, you name it, okay, all kinds of expenditures, and then yes, it can give you the kind of confidence as well. We can say, okay, he's driving a Ferrari right now, he's living a bungalow right now, so most likely he won't run away. That's another way to see it. I mean,
yeah,
everyone wants a strong leader as well.
Correct.
The other side is, can he sustain this kind of lifestyle?
Correct.
How much money he does really have? So that is another thing. So sometimes some people who take a lot of risk will make into trouble as well. So which is why I would say it's important to exercise caution, especially with people who has a lot of financial problems.
Yes, not only the network marketers will need to exercise caution, but the company will also need to exercise caution. Everybody will need to exercise caution when you're operating in this quadrant.
Yes.
So that is why normally I would recommend companies to operate from Q1, Q2, and Q3. Only when you have the resources, then only you go to Q4.
Yes.
If you don't have the resources, don't go to Q4. But in fact, if you do Q1, Q2, and Q3 very well, it's good enough.
Yes. Especially right now, I think that the AI is actually closing all the gaps. So which is why I think people right now should focus, especially adults 30 years and above, should really focus on things that they're really good at and polish it until, because at the end of the day, there's no point having 10 guns that cannot point straight. But you need only one good weapon that can really slice through things.
Yes.
And that's it. That's enough for the rest of the life.
Exactly.
And like, for example, one thing I love from Mr. Phang, you have the best trainer I know. And that's provided so much value. I think this is some of the best skill you have that will stand through the test of 100 years.
Well, we learn new things and we share.
Yes.
Yeah, because whatever that we learn today could be obsolete tomorrow. And who knows, if we were to talk about this podcast in the next maybe 1 or 2 years down the road, we'll be talking about something new again.
Well, we learn, we evolve.
Yes, because the thing I always believe, because since I knew you and until now, there are so many changes that has happened.
Yes.
In terms of the business world, in terms of the business environment, it has changed completely.
Yes. And which is why I would say that, for the quadrant 4, I would say I urge all the people who has any ideas, they can reach out to us, okay? Okay, we are open for business, come on.
Yes. And if you have any new ideas, you have any new ways to approach it, let us know. Because we are always open to ideas.
And not only that, I think that we are open to solve problems as well. If you have any issues and problems, like for example, you see a particular problem, and you see that this problem is very nonsensical, maybe to even you as well. So let us know. And who knows, we might have a very good solution for that particular problem, and it is the business opportunity.
Not only that, if your industry, you're facing challenges in any industry, and you want to know how to use and solve metrics, and to compete in your industry, do let us know also. Because these couple of episodes that we have covered are specifically for network marketing companies and the network marketers.
Yes, and we believe that this adds a lot of value, not just for the distributor themselves, but also for the business owners to understand that where they are going.
Yeah, true. So with that, we have concluded all the 4 quadrants, and we will see you in the next episode.
Remember to click the like and share button, and see you.